Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Online Karting League South Africa. This is the round 5 of our Pro League division. Let me just quickly fix the sound. It seems very soft. Sorry about that. Much better. Oopsie. Got a black screen there for a second. Hopefully that doesn't cause too many issues. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Online Karting League South. Apologies about that. Alright, cool. I think we are now sorted. Everything is good to go. And we are in the swing of things. 10 minutes to go in our practice session. I'm Sean Lopeshaw. I'll be taking you through tonight's proceedings. Hopefully we are entertained with an absolute spectacle. With our Masters, not our Masters, our Pro League division rather. These are the boys that put in the laps. They are as quick as they can get. This is open to any age. All the boys that come in and race, boys and girls. Unfortunately, we only have boys racing tonight. But we have on offer some really good drivers, good teams, and real South African champions, karting champions, and then some sim racers as well. And we hope to bring you an absolute spectacle. Like I said, I would just like to give a shout out to Logitech G South Africa for their sponsors. As always, also Untitled Consulting Group for their cash sponsor towards the Pro League prize pool. Against All Odds Esports, as well as CMR Racing and CDC Solutions, who is sponsoring a generator for one of the Pro Leagues. And as we know, tomorrow is election day in South Africa, and we are all not really eagerly awaiting the load shedding to come back post-election. So let's see. So that generator will come in absolute clutch in a good time. So guys, we've got a 105% rule. And what that means is that if any driver is outside of the 105% lap time by the end of this practice session, which is in 8 minutes, we will be excluding those specific drivers. So if we look at 30.9 is the lap time, a 32.4 will be the 105% rule. So anybody outside of that lap time, which is about 1.4 seconds, will be excluded from tonight's race. So if we look at what's on offer right now, Ruben Victor seems to be on the absolute edge of the cutoff. Freyd Morrison, Repsold, and Ruan Victor doesn't seem like they'll be making the cutoff. So that will instantly remove a lot of the drivers, which is unfortunate, but these boys have had a lot of time to practice, work their setups, and get their lap times down into a respectable lap time. So yeah, we are racing at East London Border Karting in Eastern Cape in South Africa. It is a very short track, only 30.9 seconds is the lap, but it is a very easy track to screw up your own lap. If we go through the first corner, which is the chicane, the exit of that chicane, the slightest of clips on that curb, you will lose 2-3 tenths on a lap time. And there where Mark Pollard just came through at the bottom of the hill in the hairpin, if you don't have a good exit, you will lose a couple tenths, even more, going through there because of... There's carts all over the track at the moment. Because of just how quick you go through there, it's pretty much flat out into the next corner, so you'll just lose a lot of time. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We are super excited. Troy Dolenchek is leading the way as it stands. Ooh, there's carts standing all over the track. Why are they not going? Dolenchek was waiting for a teammate to just get him off the curb. He was stuck there. Not Dolenchek. Bishop was waiting for Dolenchek to give him a little bit of a nudge. Has he run out of fuel, though? Oopsie. Oopsie. On stream. Is that what's happening? Yeah. Tate Bishop has run out of fuel. His teammate has decided to give him a little bit of a push back into the pits. By definition of the law, he's not allowed to go back out again. So let's hope he keeps to the rules. Alright, Ashton Repsol is standing in for one of the GTR computers. Actually, both GTR computers and both Kumalo Esports drivers are out tonight. So 4 drivers out who will be using stand-ins. And as it stands, the stand-ins are not going to make... Any of them is going to make the cutoff. So, unfortunate. That means the teams are scoring 0 and will most likely have to use their drop rounds. They still have about 5 more minutes to get their final laps in and hopefully get themselves out there. And then William Marshall, welcome return for William Marshall. He's joining the RPM team tonight, who he's also representing in real life. So pretty much same for him. He has taken over from Alexander Pricevic. So Marshall standing in tonight for the RPM team, and we know that this boy is very, very quick. He's showed that on the real track as well as in the sim in the past at OKL. So we are excited to see William Marshall come back into the mix. Let's have a look at what the lap times are looking like. Troy Dolenchek almost 2.5 tenths away from his teammate Tate Bishop. That is as big a gap as you can get on a track that's only 30 seconds. That's huge. Then Jono Wilson in 3rd place with Lucas Sturman. Then Jude Stewart, Mark Pollard, William Marshall, Kyle van Rooyen. In 9th place, Ken Swartz, Sebastian Diaz in 10th, Ashina Gura in 11th, Theo Bonin in 12th place, Devian Knight in 13th, Ruben Victor in 14th, Santiago Freid, Ashton Repsol, Julian Morrison, and Ruan Victor making up the rest of the field. Let's see if Freid will be able to get himself into the race. Santiago Freid is standing in for Kumalo Esports tonight. And hopefully he puts on a good show for the boys. That's if he makes it into the cutoff. He's got just a 10th to find to make that cutoff screen. When I say that, let me just double check that. So that's a 30.9. It is a 32.4 is what he needs to get. So let's just quickly have a look at what the lap time is looking like. Oh, Freid is in the cutoff. So Freid's going to make it. Freid's going to make that 0.4 cutoff. So only 15 carts as it stands will make it into the race. The official qualifying. And how qualifying works, if you guys don't know that. There's 5 groups of 4. One group only has 2. Obviously, if drivers can't make it into the cutoff, they'll make their group smaller. You've got 3 laps to do a qualifying lap. So it's a shootout. Group A, B, C, D, and E will all come out separate, respectively. And they will see if they will be able to put on their best laps. We don't have to worry about the rubber that gets laid down because the track evolution is pretty much where it needs to be by now. I mean, it could probably evolve a little bit more in the next couple laps, but yeah, so let's have a quick look at who's going to come out where for the qualifying. If I can just pop up my screen, yeah, there we go. So William Marshall and Ashina Gura for RPM, Ricky Perdigao Motorsports versus Ruan Victor and Santiago Freid. Freid seems like he's the only one at Kumalo Esports that's going to make it through tonight with... That's Group A, so those 4 guys will go out together with Mark Pollard and Kyle van Rooyen in Against Odds Racing will be joined by Ken Swartz and Jono Wilson in Group B for Toyota Gazoo Junior Academy. Group C will be Ashton Repsol and Julian Morrison for GTR Computers, and I believe none of those 2 will be able to go out. Theo Bonin and Ruben Victor will be the only guys coming out in Group C then, with Troy Dolenchek and Tate Bishop in Group D on their own. And we've got Kart Republic Africa, Devian Naidu and Sebastian Diaz, joined by Angry Esports Gold, Lucas Sturman and Jude Stewart. Alright, so mega excited to see what's on offer. Just want to make sure the sound, everything's coming through fine. Hopefully everything's working. We have, well, we'll probably finish off with qualifying or practice right now. Just waiting on the COC to make the changes and change us into our qualifying session, where we will hopefully be absolutely entertained with some really good hot laps. Alright, so who's coming out first? Let me just quickly double check that once more. So William Marshall, Ashina Gura, Ruan Victor, and Santiago Freid is who's supposed to be qualifying. Ruan Victor didn't make the cutoff of the 105% rule. So Ruan Victor, unfortunately, will be excluded from the rest of tonight's proceedings. Right, so first one out to start a lap will be William Marshall. William Marshall is having a go at it already, is pushing on. There's one more kart on track, it's not supposed to be there, so I'm assuming the COC missed the rule. Sorry, just checking with the stewards there quickly on what's happening. Alright, William Marshall with a 31.7. That's about 7/10 off what we saw, 8/10 almost, what we saw with... Is that the end of Marshall's qualifying? Let's have a quick look. Now, Marshall's got one more lap, but he's not even trying to do a lap, so it seems like he will be done with his session. Nagura, 4/10 off the pace. Ruan Victor should be parking his kart. He's not allowed to practice, or qualify rather. He didn't make the cutoff, unfortunately. Waiting on the admins to make that call. Alright, that's the end of Group A. The boys didn't really do any laps, to be honest. All of them only did 2 laps. Interesting. So I wonder what's happening there. Alright, so we've got the next group coming out. Jono Wilson, Carl van Rooyen, Ken Swartz, Mark Pollard. Right, so let's see. Jono Wilson trying to eat his tires up there a little bit more than what's needed. Wilson's going to grab a toe off his teammate. So who's the first one to cross the line? Mark Pollard will start his first hot lap through the chicane. He goes down into turn number 3, rather. Oh, running a little bit wide, missing the apex by a bit, but I don't think that would have bothered him too much into the first hard braking zone, really. Then going downhill, the aces into the hairpin at the bottom of the hill. Doesn't seem too bad. Oops, he has a moment on the exit there. That's not going to really help him with his run uphill at all. So Mark Pollard sets his first lap time. Oops, doesn't even count his first lap. So something wasn't working there. Alright, Johnny Wilson with a 0.7. Ken Swartz, half a second off the pace. So not really great laps by any of the guys so far. Now Carl van Rooyen's going to set his lap. His next lap, rather. 6/10 of the pace still. Right, let's see what the guys do when they cross the line. Ken Swartz is towing along Johnny Wilson for his next lap. Ooh, 0.4 for Wilson. Swartz 7. Ooh, bumped off by his teammate there. Mark Pollard not getting a lap in. This is, oh, Mark Pollard's going to push on this lap. So let's just have a quick look at what does Van Rooyen do crossing the line. Nope, he just throws his cart into... Oh, he was actually on a much better lap, but he threw that away a little bit there. Pollard on his final lap. Theo Bonin already going out on track for some reason. Alright, so Mark Pollard, what's that, 0.7 there? That's a 0.8, so not really a great lap by Pollard at all. So advantage Johnny Wilson at the moment. Just want to double check the timing sheets here quickly. Swartz did a 4th lap there. But his fastest lap was on his first lap, so that doesn't matter. Pollard and Van Rooyen did their fastest laps on their last lap, so lap's not looking too great at the moment. Right, so let's have a look at Bonin's going to come out now with... we've got... I think that's Ruben Victor on track, and then the 2-5, that's Ken Swartz. That's Ken Swartz. Bonin and Victor are on their own at the moment because of 2 guys not making the cutoff, unfortunately. Bonin already parked. Did he do 3 laps? That was so quick. Yeah, okay, well, I mean, it is. He only did 2 laps. Interesting. Alright, let's see what Ruben Victor does. Ruben Victor will be 1.3 seconds off the pace, so not too bad. Not ideal, to be honest, but... Right, so yeah, we've got the quick boys, Dolanchek and Bishop out on track. Dolanchek is probably the favorite here for a pole position, so let's see what he's going to do. He's out on his first flyer, and he looks smooth as can be through the S's as always. Dolanchek going down into the hairpin. Coming through, that cart is on rails, tucking, trying to maximize his lap time all the way uphill. Going into the chicane, Dolanchek with a 0.3, a 31.3. Tate Bishop right behind him with a almost the end of his qualifying. Oh, Tate Bishop losing one lap, which means he only has one more lap to go. So that's really not ideal. We'll follow Dolanchek for another lap going into the S's once more. While these laps are going to go by quick during the race. Down the hill, uphill now we go on the exit of the hairpin all the way up. Let's see if Dolanchek's going to improve on his lap. And he does, a 31.2. He's got one more lap. No, he's not even bothered. He's just going to stick with that. Tate Bishop, he has one more lap to do. Oh, big moment, but he's going to have to save it, though. He's going to have to stick with it. Otherwise, there's nothing in it for him. So, oh, Bishop seems like he's panicking at the moment. Hopefully, he keeps that cart in place. Pushing through the S's. He's going to go now. Oh, he seems all over the place at the moment. As long as he doesn't start at the back, Bishop should be fine. Let's see what he puts on the board. Crossing the line now once more. Nope. Bishop's lap doesn't count. So, Tate Bishop is going to start at the back of the pack for that pre-final. That is unfortunate for Bishop. Really, really unfortunate. Now the final group, and this will be between Sturman, Stewart, Divya Naidu, and Sebastian Diaz. Kart Republic Africa against Angry Esports Gold. Right, Tate's in the is in the pits. Alright, Jude Stewart will be the first one for Angry Esports Gold to come out. Followed by his teammate. I don't think they're going to tow each other, do any favors, or give each other any favors at all. Just going to go out, do their laps, get it over and done with, and hopefully get themselves up in front. Alright, let's see what Jude did his first lap. Jude Stewart is... No, none of them's got their first laps on the board, so they're only starting with their first laps. Jude Stewart's going down the aces into the hairpin. Now it's time for him to work that cart all the way uphill, tucking, trying to maximize his lap. There we go, Jude Stewart into third place, half a second off the pace, but that's already third place. Now Lucas Sturman is going to cross the line in sixth place, so not really that good for Sturman on his first lap. Divya Naidu's lap doesn't count. Sebastian Diaz goes into ninth place as it stands, so the qualifying lap times are a little bit off compared to what the boys have done in practice, which makes sense. They only have 2 or 3 laps to get. Ooh, Jude Stewart throwing away a lap there, and that's going to compromise his start of his next lap. Ooh, Jude Stewart's getting it all kinds of wrong now. Lucas Sturman moves up into second place. 2 tenths off the pace there. Divya Naidu is going to cross the line now. Where's Naidu? Ooh, 3.7 seconds off the pace. With Sebastian Diaz still almost 8 tenths off. It's not looking great for Jude Stewart at the moment, but fourth place is still a good place to start. Yeah, Jude's going into the pits. He lost his lap already in the beginning of that lap. As well as Lucas Sturman. Alright. Naidu crosses the line. He's now in 9th place, and Diaz has moved himself up into 5th place, so it's all to play for. We've got Angry Esports, Gazoo Racing, Angry Esports, Czech Republic, RPM, Against All Odds, Paralyn, Czech Republic, and then Against All Odds once more. So the top 10 really well divided at the moment, with Tate Bishop really out of place. And that is very unfortunate. Repsold, Morrison, and Ruan Victor they're not allowed to race because of them not making the 105% rule by the end of their practice session. Alright, so we're going to wait for the pre-final to start. I'm just going to mute myself, yes, quickly guys, while we wait. Okay, we are back. Just had a quick chat with the COC. He made a little bit of a mess up with the out lap, so there's a couple guys going to go out and be allowed to do one more qualifying lap. Because they only got 2 push laps where some of the guys did 3, which is the correct way. They were allowed to do 3 push laps. So we're going to see a couple guys go out and get a shot at one more lap. Let's have a quick look. Not that Dolenchek needs another lap. He's got the pole, so we're going to have a bunch of guys quickly come out for one more lap. And we'll allow them to do that lap, so it might show that they've done 4, which is okay. Just double check all the drivers on 2. So Sturman, Wilson, Stewart, Dolenchek, Marshall, Bonin, Nagura, Freyd, and Victor. So they all get a quick shot at another lap quickly. Who was the first one on the track? I think it's Sturman went out last, I think. So we see Dolenchek and Marshall. Let's just see them all cross the line. Will Dolenchek be able to improve on his lap? Freyd will be first to cross the line. Did he improve? No, he has not. Dolanchek, no. Marshall did improve. He's gone up into 4th place. Stewart did not improve. Nagura is going to cross the line now. Does he improve? No, he doesn't. And then Ruben Victor will cross the line. Not improving either. Wilson has parked his cart. So it was a quick 1-lap shootout for all the guys. I think Sturman's got a chance to improve. It does improve, but stays in 2nd. So it was a quick moment there for everybody to get their extra lap in because they weren't allowed. So you see all of them be on 4 laps now. That is fine. Oh, now there's guys doing more laps than what they should be doing. Oh, they're all got in now. All right. No one's improved on their laps. And everybody will go to pits, and we'll start with the pre-final. A bit of a mess up there, unfortunately. Sorry about that, but we got it resolved. The guys got an extra shot at the lap, and some guys did improve. Some improved, but not the positions, just their lap time. Alright, let's get into this. So we've got 16 carts. No, 15 carts. Ruan Victor, Ashton Repsol, Julian Morrison has been excluded based off the 105% rule at the end of practice. Not qualifying, because you only have 3 laps to do the qualifying. It's not exactly ideal, but they've got a lot of laps in practice, and if they don't make the 105% rule by the end of the practice session, we get going. And now what's important here is all the drivers that go to track needs to make sure they are on the correct tires. So I'm just going to go into the drone mode quickly and just have a quick look at what's happening here. Just make sure the boys all join with the correct tires. So you'll see here on the Mojo it says race. There's a race tire and they've got practice tires. So far it seems like all the boys are joining with the correct tire. Yeah, seems like the tires are correct for all of the kids. So that's a good sign. That means nobody's going to be excluded so far for technical non-compliance. And we can get going. Sorry to the person in the YouTube channel that's typing in a different language. If you might want to just change that to English, I'm more than happy to answer your question. Alright, all the boys celebrating, super excited to get going. And so are we. We're going to get into our formation lap very, very soon. So cart missing. Who's missing there? That's Jude Stewart. Still not on track as it stands. There we go. Jude has now joined. He has graced us with his presence. I think everybody is on track apart from Victor. Okay, cool. All the correct people on track now at the moment. Start sequence, it's lights out, and formation lap we go. Right, so this is the formation lap. All the boys are going to go through the chicane for the formation lap. That is the correct route to go. Single file, we're going to go down all the way to the hairpin at the bottom. They will stack up in a double file. Excuse me, apologies for that. And then we're going to head into the race. Now this is where the excitement starts. Troy's already slowing down because there's some guys falling off at the back for some reason. Not a lot of time to heat up those tires for the race. Now let's hope everybody paid attention for the start sequence. Dolanchek will bunch them up already at the back of the pack. There's guys driving into each other. Not ideal. And they will have to catch up. Dolanchek's going to keep it nice and slow. Nope, we're going to do another formation lap. We'll do one more formation because the kids can't drive a formation lap apparently. So not even a false start, just false formation, I suppose. Right. That's another lap gone, so just bearing in mind... Oops, Troy Dolanchek spinning out. That's going to throw him off. There's another cart spinning out. Another cart spinning. What are the guys doing? Yep, as expected, COC is having none of that, restarting that. That's insane. Guys, it's a formation lap. I don't know how difficult it is for the guys to just drive. Right, and now we also have to double check the kids come out on the correct tires. So let's just have a quick look at what's happening here. There you see the guys start going back to pits immediately to change their tires. You check here. So there's Frayed on a practice tire. He has to go back to pits now if he wants to race. Otherwise, he's being DQ'd. Right, here's the boys coming out on the correct tires. Alright, as we are waiting for the last couple guys to come onto the track. So we've got Troy Dolenchek, Lucas Sturman with Jono Wilson and a welcome return by William Marshall. Then Jude Stewart missing from his box at the moment. But next to him will be Sebastian Diaz, Mark Pollard, Theo Bonin, Devian Naidu, Kyle van Rooyen, Ashina Gura, Ken Swartz out of place. Santiago Frey changed to his race tire. That's correct. Well done. We've got Ruben Victor, and at the back, really out of place, is Tate Bishop. He's got a lot of work to do for the start of this race to get himself into a really good scoring position in the final. But as you guys have seen in the past, all it takes is just to keep it on the black stuff, and you'll be good. The guys can't even complete a formation lap. Right, welcome to East London Border Karting Circuit, which is flying around in a drone at the moment while we wait for the boys to sort out their formation lap issues. Oh, already guys taking each other out. Again, guys, what on earth are you guys doing? It is not that hard, though. Why are we speeding? It's a formation lap. Cruise, get your tires warm, single file as per the rules. And then we get going. Not that hard. Right, now we need the guys to stop weaving. They need to slow down. We need to take it easy uphill. All the guys are coming into formation now. Alright, now we're keeping an eye on the pack. They need to bunch up now perfectly. It seems like this is much better than the start. We are ready. We're going to head into the tram lines now. We're waiting for the COC to yell green, green, green. Is he happy with this? Lights out and away we go. Straight we go. Dolenchek getting a good start. Jono Wilson pushing himself up into second place immediately. Oops, clipped there by Wilson on... Oh no, Dolenchek is being pushed out. Oh, it's chaos at the back. Wow, Dolenchek doing a full 360, catching his cart once more. Let's see what's happening up front now. Moving up into second place is Lucas Sturman. Jude Stewart coming from fourth place up into first. What a clean start by Stewart, moving himself up into first, and it's chaos behind him. And I can think there's a lot of ugly words being said under those virtual helmets by some of these senior drivers being taken out. Really unnecessary stuff. Wilson in third place. We've got William Marshall in fourth, Devian Naidu in fifth place, and then behind him Ashai Nagura cleaning himself up nicely through the pack. Nagura gets up, and then Victor is being hunted down by Swartz and Dolenchek. Dolenchek's not going to want to hang around here for much longer. Whoops, Dolenchek taking Victor out there, clipping the rear. And I think I see a nose cone on Swartz. No, that doesn't seem to be correct. Okay, let's see what's happening further back. Kyle van Rooyen, Mark Pollard and Freyd is having a fight now already. Pollard he's lost a lot of positions, and he's got a pushback nose cone. And now Tate Bishop's also on a pushback there. So all the boys that are front runners have been taken out, and I see Carnage up in front as well. Lucas Sturman has, I think he might have had a little bit of a scuffle with Wilson. Sturman has moved back a couple positions. Look at Marshall just throwing his hand forward. Nope, he's lifting, saying, nope, you are not my fight. I'm going to let you come through, and I will work with you, William Marshall, because he doesn't have any... Well, he's got a lot to gain for his team, but he's letting Angry Esports driver get by. And Marshall's been part of the Angry team for many years. This year he's moved up into RPM, so maybe just a little bit of respect shown there. Giving the position back to Lucas Sturman. Oh, Marshall having a bit of a moment there. Catching his cart. Naidu is now all over the back of him, so we've got Koch Republic Africa into the hunt here. Naidu all over the back of Marshall. Ashai Nagura having a really good run at it, but look at a man on charge right now. That is Troy Dolenchek after being spun around, catching his cart, and coming back into the swing of it. We've got Dolenchek moving up a position. Ooh, we've got John Wilson having a big moment. He's lost a lot of positions. And he's got Dolenchek all over the back of him now. Once more, Dolenchek's going to go around the outside. Dolenchek's having none of this. He's a man on charge. But he doesn't want to... Yeah, he definitely doesn't want to go into the chicane side by side. Not ideal. Dolenchek, Wilson, Naidu. Ooh, Wilson going down the inside. Being clipped by Naidu. Ooh, he caught his cart there. Ooh, big love tap from behind by Nagura, giving Dolenchek a big opportunity to send it down the inside. Down the aces we go. Dolenchek all over the back of John Wilson. Will the two of them work together? We've just gone over halfway of this race already. It's gone by very quick. It is Wilson versus Dolenchek on track at the moment. This is where we'll stick with it. Dolenchek and Wilson. Kazoo Racing versus Angry Esports. Angry Esports Black, that is. Ooh, cut back here by Dolenchek, but Wilson's got the inside line down into the S's, so he's got that covered off. But he's going to go defensive into the hairpin, which will surely compromise his exit. And yes, it does. Look at Dolenchek going down the inside, and he's going to work his way through into the chicane, rather, not the hairpin. Ooh, another love tap there by Wilson. Oh, again! Wilson clipping Dolenchek. Dolenchek's not going to be impressed with this. And that seems like the stewards is going to be as busy as ever at the end of this race evening. Retired from the event is Sebastian Diaz already. Mokpula trying to make his way up. Oh, I see a battle there. Where is Ken Swartz with Nagura? Ken Swartz going to try and go down the inside. No, he's not going to get the good exit out of the hairpin. Lap 10 off 15. And then behind him, oh, it's too angry. Tate Bishop's gone really well so far. He's in 5th place already. So Bishop is a man on charge as well, starting at the back of the grid. Retired now. Another Koch Republic Africa driver is Devian Naidu. So he's out. So both Koch Republic drivers are out as it stands. So that's also not really ideal, because that means they'll start at the back of the pack for the final. We've got the two Angry Esports Black boys. They are going to have to work together, because if they don't, they're going to take each other out, and they want to maximize their points from this race. Oh, look at that. Tate Bishop's going to try down and go down inside. No, he's not. It was covered off, but not anymore. Look at that. Ken Swartz being pushed out of the way. Ooh, 2-for-1 special. Dolenchek just follows through on Tate Bishop. They both took 2 drivers in a space of 2 corners. So that's buy 1, get 12 for free by Bishop and Dolenchek, moving themselves up into 5th and 6th respectively. I think there's a lot of time penalties behind him though. Alright, so we'll go to the man on charge in front. Jude Stewart! What happened to Jude Stewart? As I was, let's go to Jude. He spun out. Oh, he's been clipped by his teammate. I don't know. We didn't see that. I thought he had 6/10 of a lead, so he made a mistake somewhere. Excuse me. Apologies for that. Jude Stewart taking himself. That's a cause for speculation. We'll have that reviewed, obviously. So, promoted into 1st place now, Lucas Sturman. Lucas Sturman's leading the way with William Marshall in 2nd place as it stands. So we've got Angry Esports Gold leading the way once again, who's, I believe, leading the championship from Koch Republic Africa and Angry Esports Black. So that's going to be a good haul of points once again for Lucas Sturman in the pre-final, with William Marshall scoring some real good points for RPM in the pre-final already. William Marshall just showing his talent. He's been mega quick in international karting. I think it was the Champions of the Future, securing himself a couple podiums in that OKJ class, or OKNJ class rather. So just putting that same form up on to the sim. And a really good welcome return for William Marshall. But the leader at the moment is Lucas Sturman, who unfortunately, or fortunately for him, got promoted. Unfortunately for Jude Stewart, demoted himself from first place into fourth. And I'm sure we'll find out what happened there. I'm truly feeling sorry for the Stewarts, though. Seems like there's a lot of incidents happening. Theodore Bonin also retired from the pre-final. Lucas Sturman in first. William Marshall, John Wilson, Jude Stewart promoted because of time penalties. Troy Dolenchek was fourth on track. Then Tate Bishop. Then we've got Mark Pollard in 7th place. Ken Swart in 8th. Kyle van Rooyen crossing the line now in 9th. Santiago Freid will come up the hill somewhere. Oh, but the next card on track is Nagura with time penalties. Then Victor. Here comes Freid, who is in 11th place. Alright, interesting pre-final. A lot of unnecessary argy-bargy, I'd say, on the first lap there. So we're definitely going to see something happening there. Hopefully some guys don't get disqualifications. Or, well, not disqualifications, rather serious time penalties, because that's obviously going to take away from them. If you guys remember how it works in the Pro League, your pre-final scores, whereas in the division where you race for yourself, your pre-final does not score. It's like a qualifying heat. So the boys want to score all the points they possibly can in the pre-final, and time penalties will definitely take them out of the hunt for those points. I would just like to say welcome to everybody tuning in for the racing. Not the greatest of starts in the pre-final there. But, oof, look at all this time. Okay, the first stack of 5-second penalties is all because we went straight. That automatically gets nullified because everybody gets that penalty, so it doesn't matter. But all these time penalties after that, Swartz, Nagura, Bonin, Swartz, Dolenchek, Nagura, Marshall got a penalty. Then Nagura once again, Van Rooyen, Nagura once again, and Swartz once again. So a lot of time penalties by some of the guys that were really trying to score good points for their team today. And a really unfortunate incident, a couple incidents for poor Troy Dolenchek, really. He got taken out there, and that was really, really unfortunate. Alright, so back to the grid we go once more. Hopefully all the boys remember to get their tires on. So we'll just do a quick flyover. As you can see, we've got some water there at the back. We are just next to the ocean in PE, or not PE, East London rather, in the Eastern Cape. A border karting circuit. If you didn't know, there we go. Border karting circuit. Still a couple carts that needs to come back to the track. Let's just have a look at who's missing. Which tires are we seeing on all the carts? All the boys are changing the tires, so they're all good. Oh, okay, what was that? That's weird. It's interesting. Whatever happened there? Right, so far everybody seems like they've got their tires that they're supposed to have. The first two guys are not on track yet. That's Sturman and William Marshall. Sturman's going to lead the way for this race. Lucas Sturman disconnected for the pre-final. The final, rather. So Lucas Sturman's out of the race. Sturman losing out there, getting a DNS. So leading the pack will be William Marshall, who for some reason goes straight there. So William Marshall giving himself time penalties there. Alright, so unfortunately some incidents or Lucas Stemmen crashing there at the beginning of the race, which is far from ideal. William Marshall just moving himself up into the inside. I don't know really why. Just because he wants to lead the pack, I'm assuming, which will throw off the whole pack because he's out of his starting position box, which makes zero sense. But alright, here we go. This is it. Are we ready to go? William Marshall leading the way. What on earth is going on? Alright, there we go. Yeah, because I don't know what Marshall did. Marshall wasn't supposed to move over. That's a bit of an odd one. That gives Lucas Sturman the opportunity to come back in. Alright, we'll do a flyby once more while we wait for the start. Again. Alright, so let's have a quick look. All the tires seems to be the green race tire from what I can see. So the guys are starting to learn the way of the rules. There are some carts missing. We are going into the start sequence. And it is away we go for the start of this final. Lucas Sturman will lead the way. 4 carts. Sebastian Diaz not making it into the final, unfortunately. The only thing we can hope for right now is that everybody behaves themselves and we get going. Okay, slowing down is Lucas Sturman. He's going to bunch up the pack now. Excuse me. We should never be weaving while we go into double file. So let's hope the boys start behaving. The pack seems to be bunched up much better than the last time. So the boys are learning. COC is getting them under control now. We are waiting for the start sequence. We're going to head into the tram lines right now. Into the tram lines we go. We're waiting for the go. The green, green, green. Let's see, let's see, let's see. And it's green, green, green. Away we go. Great start there by Sturman. John Wilson caught napping there by William Marshall. Moved down the inside immediately. Did I see John Wilson spin off? Mark Pollard being pushed off at the back there. 133 of Pollard. Unfortunately, once again. Oh, now Jude Stewart moves himself up into second. And William Marshall being shunted off the track there. Tate Bishop has been pushed off by Marshall. Unfortunately there, and it's really not good driving by the guys on lap 1. Carl van Rooyen's really moved up a lot of positions. Carl van Rooyen in 5th place now. Oh, he's already been passed by Dolenchek, having none of that. Carl van Rooyen won't be fighting that, I'm 100% sure of that. Let's just follow what's happening behind them. Theo Bonin in 6th place at the moment, I think, or 7th place. Oh, down the inside goes. That's Divya Naidu moving up a lot of positions from the start. So Naidu, who was at the back, he's already halfway through the field, so that's great stuff from Naidu. Ashana Gura not having a great first lap. Then Tate Bishop having a horrendous first lap, unfortunately. Mark Pollard as well got taken out after the 3rd corner, I believe. Oops, and there we see Marshall and Van Rooyen, I think, got clipped together there, unfortunately. I want to see what's happening up front. Oops, there's a lot of traffic on the track here behind Bonin. Oh, down the inside goes. Oof, guys, that is horrible passing and driving standards. Just yoink the driver off the track there. It's really not fair. Probably going to be a big penalty for that pass. Ooh, Carl van Rooyen as well. What's happening there? The driver standards, if I'm honest, has not really been great tonight so far. While everybody at the back is having a horrible day, Angry Esports Gold do what they've been doing most of the season, breaking away from the pack. They're putting it together in the final, and they're working absolutely amazingly hard to push away. But look at this, Wilson versus Dolenchek there. That doesn't seem like that was clean at all. I don't know what's happening tonight, but the guys seem like they are throwing a lot of frustration at each other. And it's not really nice to spectate at all. But down inside of Sturman goes Jude Stewart. He's promoting himself back up into first place, where he was in the pre-final before spinning out. So Sturman and Stewart is having a proper go at this, breaking away from the pack, working together, because what is behind them, a man on charge, and that is Troy Dolenchek. As it is, it's Angry Esports Gold, Angry Esports Gold, and then Angry Esports Black. And then there's also a good fight happening down the inside. Goes Tate Bishop on Divya Naidu, not fighting that too much. Bishop has also moved himself up quite a lot of positions after having a horrible first lap. So Bishop is also another man on charge for Angry Esports Black. And he still has some work to do to move himself up into a complete flush out by the Angry team. If he can get past John Wilson, it is Angry Esports 1-4. But like I said, a man on charge, Dolenchek. We'll just go on board with Dolenchek and just see how he progresses through this lap. Really pushing that kart. So smooth through the aces. Look at him go. Dolenchek fighting the two angry boys in front. He's catching them bit by bit. Ooh, Lucas Stimming having a bit of a moment. So look at that big run. Stimming's trying to let Dolenchek by. He doesn't want to fight him because he knows that Dolenchek is an absolute man on charge. And obviously that cost them quite a lot. Did that just give Stewart the victory? Is that even possible? Oh, we've got back markers coming up front here. Stewart's going to have to navigate through this. We've got Nagura, I believe, as well as Marshall. No, not Marshall. Ruben Victor. Now, let's see what the COC does here. Will he inform them that they are being lapped? They need to get out of the way as quickly as possible, because this is not what you want to see. You definitely don't want to see the back markers causing a big problem. So we'll keep an eye on this one. But also where I want to keep another eye on is Tate Bishop and Jono Wilson. Jono Wilson has to defend Bishop now. Ooh, big run out there at the S's. Bishop having a much better run. Ooh, cutback potential there. Nope, side pod nudge between the two of them. Let's just have a quick look again up front. No, Stewart hasn't caught him yet. But we've got back markers in play, and I'm just keeping an eye on that minimap just to see what's happening. And as I say that, I see the man on charge, Troy Dolenchek, is right behind Angry Esports Gold driver of Jude Stewart. And right in front of them, they've got a Shai Nagura, who is being lapped halfway through this race already. Will Jude fight this? I mean, technically they should, because they are from different teams. One is Angry Esports Gold, other one's Angry Esports Black, scoring different championship points. So let's have a look. What will they do? And here comes the back marker in play. Moves over to the side immediately. Thank you, Shai Nagura, for following instructions there, realizing this is not where you're supposed to fight. And he moves out of the way, opens the door for a proper fight between Stewart. Nope, Stewart just lifts out of that. Let's Dolenchek go. Stewart, I think, realizing that the pace is not there to fight Dolenchek. Rather, he would bank second place and score as much points as he possibly can to keep the lead for Angry Esports gold. And having said that, though, Tate Bishop is up into 4th place. So it's an Angry Esports flush at the moment. Ooh, what's Nagura doing? Okay, he's standing off the side. He made a mistake. He's going to wait. Oops, avoiding him there was some of the other drivers on track now, and I have to continue avoiding him. Hopefully nobody clipped him. No, luckily not. So we've got William Marshall and Mark Pollard fighting on track for 7th and 8th place respectively. That seems to be the closest battle on track at the moment. As I say that, Troy Dolenchak needs to navigate through more back markers. There's a couple of them coming, moving over to the side, respecting the rule book. It's fantastic stuff. I'm assuming the COC is screaming in the ears, get out of the way, get out of the way. The leaders are catching, and you don't want to be involved with this. Santiago Freid is not moving as of yet. He's getting out of the way there. Thank you to the guys being lapped for moving over. Fantastic to see that the boys are respecting each other on track. I see Marshall's now all over the back of Divya Naidu. Marshall's going to try and score more points for RPM with his serious amount of time penalties. Let's see what Marshall's going to do. He's going to send it down the inside. Yes, he's going to immediately send it down the inside. Into turn number 4, I believe. And then down into the S as we go. Just pointing his hand forward. Come on, there's 4 more laps. Let's push forward. There's more drivers to catch in front of us. Next driver up front is Jono Wilson. I think the gap might be a little bit too much. But look at Dolan checking out 2 seconds after taking the lead. It's unfortunate there's been so many incidents, because I thought there was definitely going to be some good racing on offer. And unfortunately, a lot of the guys not behaving themselves or following instructions, which is really, really not ideal. See if there's any battles happening on track. Everybody seems to space out now, so we'll follow Dolenchek a little bit. See the back marker getting out of the way once more. Yeah, he got out of the way there. Ooh, Dolenchek running wide. That's going to give him a time penalty there and some dirty tires. He's going to keep the car pointing the right way. Yes, he is. Dolenchek's got a time penalty. Jude Stewart's got a spin there as well. So Jude Stewart's losing a couple positions now. Problem is now Jude's going to have to pass the... Oh, he doesn't. He lost the position to Tate Bishop as well on track. So I think it's advantage Angry Esports Black tonight. With Jude having a big moment again. Lapse of concentration. I think I don't think he was close enough to somebody else to get clipped as in the pre-final as well, so not ideal. Oh, I see Lucas Sturman moving over, letting Bishop get by. I wonder if this is team tactics to score maximum points for Esports Black, because they have lost some serious amount of points on the earlier parts of the championship. So I think that might have been the team working together with all their drivers. Even though that's they're not even scoring in the same team. I think they just want both teams to have as much points as possible. Excuse me, that's definitely something I'll bring up in the interview post-race. Just to have a quick question and find out. So here we go. Finishing the race. Troy Dolenchek winning after being taken out. Then coming all the way back into 2nd place is Tate Bishop. Not an easy final. And then Lucas Thurman in 3rd place. Alright, well done to the team Angry Esports. Jude Stewart in 4th, then Jono Wilson, then Divya Naidu, then Mark Pollard and William Marshall. Calvin Rowan in 9th place, and Theo Bonin will complete the top 10. Freid being lapped, Ruben Victor and Agura being lapped. And then a disqualification there by Ken Swartz. I'm assuming too many time penalties. Apologies about that. We've just got the game crashing there, as we have come accustomed to, really. And I'll just close down the server. I'll just rejoin quickly. I'll just join on the East London Open practice while we do the interviews. All right, guys, I'm going to call in our first driver for the interview. That would be our friend Lucas Sturman. So, Lucas Sturman joining us in the commentary booth in third place. It seems like there's been a little bit of team tactics happening there. Sturman letting both Dolenchek as well as Bishop by during the race. So I'm just quite curious to understand if that was to help them score more points and move them up on the rankings.
Yeah, thanks, Shane. Yeah, that was the kind of the agreement. I think obviously me and Jude have obviously scored some good points. I know that Tate and Troy have had some unfortunate bad luck, so the objective was for them to finish ahead of us. And I think, yeah, for the pre-final, Troy got turned, and it was actually a mess. And I quite felt bad for the other people that got taken out. And so yeah, I think we saw Troy come behind us, and we let him through, and Tate. So obviously the objective was for them to finish first and second, then me and Jude rounded off third and fourth. But yeah, I just think that there was quite a bit of crashing tonight, and obviously I do feel bad for the other people that put in a lot of effort, and there's some people that just take out half the grid.
Yep, and on that note, we'll probably have a very, very busy incident reviews tonight and probably the next couple of days, because I had a look at the admin channel. There's a lot of incidents that's already been reported by just the admins itself, and that's excluding all the drivers. So, congratulations, Luca. You almost didn't make the final with disconnect there. Luckily, William Marshall caused quite a lot of issues, and you got involved. You got back into the restart.
I was lucky with that. I was very lucky. My game. I know that there were a couple of guys at games that crashed. They couldn't come back on. Seb's game also crashed, and he couldn't join. So
yeah,
but unfortunate for him. So,
but yeah, congrats, and we'll chat to you soon.
Okay.
All right, joining in the commentary booth right now for second place, Tate Bishop. Confirmed by Luca, there was a little bit of team tactics happening there, but my word, it was not smooth sailing for you, Tate. Talk us through your pre-final and final, and before you talk us through it, congratulations on a really, really good comeback drive.
Yeah, thank you, Shan. Yeah, I mean, obviously, the main goal for this race was for me and Troy to bank points. Super glad that it went the way that we actually expected it to in the end. But I mean, yeah, a little bit of argy-bargy here and there between the middle pack and some of the front runners. But yeah, just kept consistent, kept it on track, most importantly, and yeah, bring it across the line in top 3.
It definitely puts a lot of emphasis on getting that qualifying sorted, and I believe I heard some of the guys or someone mention that you had some steering wheel issues once again.
Yeah, I've been struggling with a bit of EMI recently from my headset when it gets plugged in. So yeah, just had a disconnect in the first sector on both fast laps. So yeah, I mean, it does show how crucial quality is in order to get a good finishing position, in order to get a good start for the final.
And definitely avoid all the carnage happening from the mid-pack to the rear. So congratulations on a really, really good comeback drive, Tate. Even though there was a little bit of team tactics in play from what I could see and I heard, but you had to get the cart all the way back up into fourth at least for the boys from the other side of your team to help you guys out. So yeah, once again, really, really congratulations.
Thank you, Shane.
All right, and our final guy to pull into the commentary booth, Troy Dolenchek. Really, again, same as Tate, not really having the smoothest of races. but managing to put in an exceptional comeback drive with a little bit of help from your team as well. I don't think your pace really needed any help, if I'm honest, but a P1 for Troy Dolenchek. Just talk us through your evening. It just didn't seem like it was smooth.
Yeah, I think, like you said, the pace was really good. The Angry Boys put a really good setup together. But yeah, in the pre-final it went wrong in the first corner already, getting sent by the guy behind me. So yeah, that wasn't great. That sent me down to about probably second or third last, and then started coming through the field quite nicely. Got up to about, I think, fourth or fifth, and then went for third, and then the same guy sent me again. So yeah, but strange, anyways. But yeah, had a decent start in the second, in the final. Started, I think, fifth or sixth, and then just started working my way through. And yeah, the pace was really good. The Angry Gold guys did give us a couple of points there because we really need it in the championship at the moment. So a big thanks to them. Their pace was really good, and I think Tate's pace definitely was a lot more than what it showed tonight. Yeah, like you said, just didn't go our way tonight.
Well, yeah, it didn't go your way in the beginning of the races, but the end result is that you guys got first, second, third, and fourth with your two respective teams. So congratulations, exceptional comeback drive, and we'll see you for the next one.
Awesome, thanks, Sean.
All right, guys, that's it for the end of our evening's races. It was far from ideal, if I'm going to be honest. A lot of argy-bargy, sideboard rubbing, bumper nudges, and all those things. Guys not listening to the instructions from the COC, so definitely something for the drivers to go back and take a serious thought into consideration there, and hopefully for the next race they come back really, really good. Quick note, which race are we going into next? I'm having a quick look at my notes. The next race will be at Kalani for the divisional race on the 11th of June. That is the final race for the divisional season, on which will be a completely rebuilt Kalani with all the bugs fixed in that on that track. And then after that, a week after that, we'll have another race at Swartkops for the Pro League, and then a third, so it's a triple header. The final race for the Pro League on the 25th of June will be Formula K Layout D. So in June, we've got a lot of racing excitement all over the place. We are very excited to see you guys get involved. If you don't know where to get involved, go to www.aaoesports.com, purchase a membership to the OKL product, get involved with the racing. And yeah, just once again, thanks to everybody that's involved, our sponsors, Games Thoughts Esports, Logitech G South Africa, Intiso Consulting Group, Sema Racing, and CDC Solutions for all your contributions within our organization. Thank you so much, guys. That's it from my side. We will see you for the next race in a couple weeks' time. Goodbye, and we'll see you soon.